रोशनी रोशनी उम्मीद है तामीर दाए रोशनी उम्मीद है
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning, my learners. My dear students, today I'll teach you about compound from unit number 1, Fundamentals of Chemistry. Compound. Compound is a pure substance which consists of two or more different types of elements which are chemically combined together in a fixed ratio by mass. Dear students, recall the definition of elements. Elements are simpler substance or pure substance which cannot be split down into more simpler substance. While compound can be split into simpler substance because compound itself made from elements, from different types of elements. Dear students, in the formation of a compound, the component elements must undergo chemical changes. Means the component of elements must have chemical changes during the formation of compound. Dear students, the properties of compound are different from the elements from which it is formed. The properties of the compound are different from those elements from which it is formed. For example, water having a chemical formula H2O is a compound. It is called compound because it is made up of two elements, and that elements are hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen separately called elements. Whenever they combine together, so they form a particular formula, and that is known as H2O, a compound. Dear students, the ratio of hydrogen atoms to oxygen atom in water is always 2:1. 2:1 means it contains two molecules or two elements of hydrogen and one element of oxygen. Changing this ratio 2:1 will give a different compound. Here we have example, adding one more oxygen atom gives a ratio of 2:2. Adding one more oxygen to H2O gives 2:2, and the resulting compound will be hydrogen peroxide having a formula H2NO2. H2O2 is a chemical formula of hydrogen peroxide. Formula of compound. Dear students, a compound is always represented by a chemical formula. And what is the purpose of a formula? A formula shows the sample of elements of which the compound is made and their combining ratio to each other. Just like in hydrogen, here we have a ratio of 2:1. Two elements of hydrogen and one element of oxygen. And in the case of hydrogen peroxide, the ratio is 2:2. Two elements of hydrogen combined with two elements of oxygen, combinedly they form hydrogen peroxide. So the purpose of formula is to show the sample of the elements and their combining ratio to each other. Dear students, now it's a table of some common compounds along with their chemicals name and formulae. Common name, chemical name and chemical formula. First one is baking soda. It's the common name and chemical name is sodium bicarbonate. Chemical formula is NaHCO3. Second one is bleaching powder. Its chemical name is calcium hypochlorite. Calcium hypochlorite. Its chemical formula is CaOCl2. Third is caustic soda. Its chemical name is sodium hydroxide. Chemical formula is NaOH. Fourth is chili saltpetre. Its chemical name is sodium nitrate and chemical formula is NaNO3. Fifth is limestone. Its chemical name is calcium carbonate and chemical formula is CaCO3. 6 is lime water, milk of lime and slaked lime. Its chemical name is calcium hydroxide and chemical formula is CaOH2. 7 is lime and quicklime. Its chemical name is calcium oxide and chemical formula is CaO. 8 is magnesia. Its chemical name is magnesium oxide and chemical formula is MgO. 9th is marsh gas. Chemical name is methane. It is also called natural gas and chemical formula is CH4. 10 and last one is table salt. Its chemical name is sodium chloride and chemical formula is NaCl. So it was all about some common compounds along with their chemical names and formulae. My learners learn the definition of compound along with example. Also learn the chemical formula of all the compounds and also write and learn the common uses or applications of all the compounds that we have discussed in our today's lecture. Stay blessed, stay safe, take care and Khuda Hafiz.